These are brand new 2026 trucks still under warranty, and mechanics are already saying don't buy. And most owners don't realize the pattern until it's too late. Stay with me because the truck you're considering might already be on this list. Nobody expects the warning to come from a mid-sized truck that looks this composed at a stoplight. Ford Ranger 2026 arrives with confident proportions, turbocharged torque promises, and a reputation borrowed from decades of global use. On paper, it appears balanced, capable, and modern. In practice, mechanics are seeing a different pattern once miles accumulate. The Ranger appeals because it fits real life. It slides into parking garages, handles commutes without drama, and still advertises trail readiness and towing numbers that sound serious. That versatility is exactly why the problems matter. This truck is driven normally, serviced on schedule, and still returns with issues that should not surface this early. The most common complaints center around electronics integration. Sensors, driver assistance modules, and powertrain management systems are tightly packed and heavily interdependent. When one component drifts out of spec, it triggers cascading faults. A warning light clears, then reappears. A software update helps briefly. The visit repeats. Owners leave thinking the issue is resolved, only to come back weeks later. Under the hood, the turbocharged engine delivers strong, low-end response. But heat management and long-term component stress are emerging concerns. These are not catastrophic failures. They are small degradations that compound. Hoses, connectors, and calibration tolerances become the weak links. The Ranger sits in a dangerous middle ground. It is marketed as simpler than a full-size truck while delivering nearly the same technology density. Full-size platforms absorb complexity better due to space and redundancy. Compact platforms do not have that luxury. The truck rarely strands anyone. It rarely fails loudly. Instead, it erodes confidence quietly. Time in the shop increases. Trust decreases. A truck meant to be dependable starts to feel conditional. This is why mechanics flag the Ranger early, not because it is dramatic, but because it is repetitive. Novelty can carry a truck only so far before physics starts asking uncomfortable questions. Jeep Gladiator 2026 enters garages with unmistakable presence. It looks like freedom on wheels, shaped by open-air heritage rather than spreadsheets. That image convinces owners that compromises are character, not warning signs. Mechanics see the results once miles stack. The Gladiator attracts attention because it promises something different. Removable doors, exposed hinges, and upright lines create emotional pull few trucks match. Yet, beneath that personality sits a platform stretched beyond its original intent. Turning a short wheelbase off-road vehicle into a pickup required structural decisions that still echo through service bays. Suspension and steering behavior generate the most repeat conversations. Owners describe vague tracking, premature wear, and alignment complaints that never fully disappear. Adjustments help temporarily. Components are replaced. The symptoms return. Drivetrain concerns follow a similar pattern. The engine itself is generally durable, but supporting systems tell a different story. Cooling components, sensors, and driveline connections experience stress under loads. Towing numbers look fine in marketing material. In real use, heat and vibration expose thinner margins than expected. Weather exposure compounds everything. A truck designed to invite the elements must seal perfectly every time. Over months and years, seals fatigue. Electrical connections corrode faster. Water finds paths that were not anticipated. The result is accelerated aging of components that should last longer. What makes this particularly challenging is the inconsistency. Some Gladiators run with minimal issues, others cycle through service appointments with regularity. The variance suggests quality control gaps that are harder to predict than systematic design flaws. The Wrangler platform was refined over decades for a specific use case. Stretching it into pickup duty required compromises that are easier to accept in theory than in practice. Steering components wear faster than comparable trucks. Suspension bushings degrade under normal use. Electronic systems hiccup in ways that require resets rather than repairs. The half-ton pickup segment rewards predictability. Buyers want capability and confidence that the truck will perform as expected. The 2026 Nissan Titan arrives with ambitions that exceed its execution. Mechanics see Titans rolling in with issues that suggest rushed development. Transmission behavior tops the complaint list. Shift quality varies unpredictably. What feels smooth one day feels hesitant the next. The truck hunts for gears under conditions that should be straightforward. Software updates address some concerns temporarily, others persist. Engine performance follows a similar trajectory. Power delivery is adequate when everything works correctly, but sensor faults and fuel system quirks create drivability concerns that are hard to diagnose. The truck runs, but it doesn't run with the confidence buyers expect. Build quality issues surface earlier than they should. Trim pieces loosen. Interior materials show wear faster than comparable trucks. A truck that looks tired at 20,000 miles raises questions about durability. What makes the Titan particularly frustrating is the missed potential. The underlying platform is not fundamentally flawed. The engine architecture is proven. The chassis design is capable, but the execution feels incomplete, as if the truck was released before development work was finished. Resale value reflects these concerns. Titans depreciate faster than competitors. That depreciation is the cumulative effect of documented reliability concerns, reducing buyer confidence. Nissan has struggled to establish credibility in the full-size truck market. The 2026 Titan continues that pattern. Mechanics see the same issues appearing with predictable regularity. Software updates and warranty claims become routine. The next truck shifts the conversation to premium promises. When a truck costs significantly more than average, expectations rise proportionally. The 2026 GM Sierra Denali enters that territory with confidence that its execution does not always support. The Denali trim represents GMC's premium offering. Buyers pay extra for refinement and technology. In practice, the complexity added to justify the price creates new failure points. Advanced driver assistance systems malfunction. Luxury features fail. Owners report issues with adaptive cruise control that should not exist at this price point. The system disengages unexpectedly. It reacts inconsistently to traffic conditions. Software updates help some units, leave others unchanged. Interior quality does not match the price tag over time. Leather shows wear faster than it should. Electronic controls develop intermittent faults. The multifunction tailgate experiences mechanical issues that require warranty repair. The powertrain itself is generally solid, inherited from proven GM platforms. But the integration with Denali-specific features creates complications. Transmission calibration struggles with the truck's weight. Fuel economy suffers. Mechanics see a pattern with high-trim GM trucks. The base models tend to be more reliable. The premium trims add complexity that introduces new problems. Buyers pay more and get less durability. What compounds the frustration is GM's inconsistent response to warranty claims. Some dealers approve repairs immediately. Others question whether observed issues qualify for coverage. Owners dealing with the same problems receive different treatment. The Sierra Denali attracts buyers who want premium without crossing into luxury brand territory. When the truck delivers neither consistent reliability nor refinement that justifies the price, the value proposition collapses. The final truck represents the most expensive gamble. The 2026 Ram 1500 TRX targets performance truck buyers willing to pay supercar prices for pickup capability. What they get is a vehicle that prioritizes power over durability. The TRX makes no apologies for what it is. A supercharged V8 producing over 700 horsepower in a truck platform designed for off-road abuse. That combination sounds exciting until you consider what it means for long-term reliability. Every component operates at the edge of its capability. Engine reliability is the primary concern. Superchargers generate heat. Heat stresses components. Components fail faster than naturally aspirated alternatives. Oil consumption becomes noticeable earlier than it should. Cooling system demands exceed what the platform was designed to handle. Suspension components designed for high-speed off-road use wear quickly even under street driving. Bushings degrade. Shocks lose performance. Replacement parts are expensive. Maintaining a TRX at peak performance requires ongoing investment that was not disclosed in the purchase price. Fuel system complexity creates diagnostic challenges. Not every dealer can service these trucks competently. Owners discover that their six-figure purchase limits their service options to a handful of qualified technicians. The TRX attracts two types of buyers: enthusiasts who understand and accept the trade-offs, and status seekers who want the image without considering the consequences. The first group budgets for maintenance. The second group discovers that ownership costs extend far beyond the purchase price. Mechanics who work on TRX trucks see failure patterns that are entirely predictable. Components designed to operate at extreme performance levels do so for limited durations. The truck can deliver its advertised capability, but not indefinitely and not without consequence. These 5 trucks represent different failure modes in the 2026 market. The Ranger struggles with integration complexity. The Gladiator extends a platform beyond its ideal use case. The Titan demonstrates incomplete development. The Denali adds features faster than it can ensure their reliability. The TRX prioritizes performance over durability by design. What connects them is the gap between promise and delivery. Marketing materials emphasize capability and technology. Real-world ownership reveals the cost when execution falls short. Mechanics see the patterns because they address the consequences. Owners discover the patterns through repeated service visits. The truck market offers better options. Vehicles that deliver capability without drama. Technology that enhances rather than complicates. Durability that matches traditional expectations. Those trucks do not make this list because they do not generate the stories that mechanics share. Buying a truck in 2026 requires looking past marketing to ask harder questions. What do owners actually experience? How do mechanics characterize reliability? What does resale data reveal about long-term value? If you are in the market for a new truck, research ownership experiences, not just specifications. Talk to mechanics who service the trucks you are considering. Check resale values to understand how the market prices in reliability concerns. The trucks on this list will find buyers. Some will be satisfied. Others will join the pattern of repeat service visits and growing frustration. The difference often comes down to whether expectations aligned with reality before the purchase was made. So which 2026 truck should you actually buy? That depends on what matters most to you, but you now know which ones mechanics are flagging based on what they see coming through their bays.